still going to be here when we get to 2026-27. The cap situation is hopefully cleared up. Michkov, as long as there wasn't some geopolitical disaster, is definitely here on an entry-level contract.
Knock on that wood.
Who's going to be here? So let us start. Oh, Bill Matt saying hi.
Bill!
Greetings from Sea Isle. Thank you, Bill.
Love it, Bill.
Glad that you're already on the beach. Have fun. Have some Ollie Pops mixed with some of your liquor. You deserve it. You deserve it, buddy. Let's get some of your cocktails.
Love it, man.
But let's kick off the rapid fire. Kick off the rapid fire with the player on the team with the highest cap hit. Sean Couturier.
Coots.
Now, in 2026, he will be 33 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He will have 4 more years left on his contract in 2026. His no movement clause will still be in effect. JP, is Sean Couturier still a Flyer in 2026?
This one's complicated,
It
right?
is complicated.
I mean, the end of the season doesn't make me feel good to say yes about this, right? Like, I mean, he gets the captaincy, and then what, like a month and a half later, he gets benched.
Not great.
Yeah. And
not the best.
you're talking about a player with, he's had the back injuries prior, and talking about 33 years old at that time. I mean, Charlie, I have to lean more towards no. He won't be here.
Okay.
I could see a world where he does, but just the way the season ended and his age, those two factors would lean towards no.
I think it's reasonable. What I will say is that if he's not going to be here, it's going to be because they found some sort of creative trade. Because I really don't think they would go the buyout route.
No.
That would just bury their cap situation for so long. It would be because they do a trade where they swap a bad contract for a bad contract, and because Sean Couturier makes it clear that he wants to play elsewhere, that he can't coexist with John Tortorella, that for whatever reason, he doesn't want to be a Flyer anymore. I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm going to say yes is because I just don't know. Number one, I do think he wants to stay. I don't think he's in love with John Tortorella right now, but I also don't think John Tortorella is necessarily going to be the coach.
That's a good
in
point
2
too.
years. So he might be able to wait him out. But the big reason is because the no movement clause plus the contract, that is a huge cap hit. $7.75 million for a guy who last season had a good first half and then dropped off. We don't know if he could even be traded. I could see a scenario where maybe the Flyers do look into the possibility of trading Sean Couturier. Maybe Sean Couturier does at some point down the road make it clear directly to Danny Briere that, hey, if you find a good spot for me, I'll waive that no movement clause. I don't know if they'll be able to find anybody.
Real quick, Charlie, obviously besides the fact that, hey, in the possibility that Sean is not happy with the situation here, why would Sean get a new agent?
So I think, number one, I think part of that probably was the fact that I don't think he was super thrilled with the way his old agent handled the scratching situation. When he went into the interview with Kevin Kurz of The Athletic, it unnecessarily escalated the situation. So I think that was part of it. Okay. I also think, and I think this is the key, I think that Couturier is looking at this as a just-in-case kind of thing. That he went to Pat Brisson, who's like the power broker agent in the NHL, where, look, I want to make this work in Philly. I'm not trying to get out. I just got the captaincy. I spent my whole career here. I'm legitimately like close friends with the GM. I go to his kids' birthday parties, and he goes to my kid's birthday party. Like, we are friends. But if 6 months down the road, a year down the road, this gets worse, I want to have a GM or an agent who can quietly gauge my value around the league and then can go back to Danny and be like, hey, we talked to Anaheim and they might be interested in trading for me, and I would be cool playing the rest of my career in Southern California. Like, that's the kind of thing that Brisson can do. So I don't necessarily think this was a, like, Brisson, like, this wasn't a slap shot, trade me right fucking now on the phone kind of thing. But I do think that Couturier wants to be in a position where if he has to go that route, he has someone who can pull it off.
We all silly like the mayor.